Okay, hello everyone. My name is Terence, and I'm from Hong Kong University and Science and Technology. And my supervisor is Professor Jack Cheng. And my presentation today is about the FPFS-enabled transaction data structure for e-tendering system using blockchain. And uh, for the outline of my presentation, it's four parts. The first is the background of the e-tendering system and some blockchain for e-tendering system, and also what we built for this framework, and also the conclusion and future work. For the first part is about the e-tendering system. Some keynote speaker has already talked about that, like Professor Lavinia, and just away there are some other presentations. And for the tendering and bidding in construction, it's quite important because it's a pre-construction project which have a very frequency data exchange between multiple participants, and also the governments need to make sure this process is secure. And like we can see the bidding law, like from China, from mainland China, from UK and the US, they all have detailed information about what is the bidding should be in before the construction project. And we can see it have information exchange requirements and also high security requirements in this stage. But for now, we already find that the e-tendering system have some cyber security risk, like they using the centralized database, which will have the risk of data manipulation. And which in the data manipulation of a centralized database will lead to a bid failed and the property loss and some human resource loss and something. And there are some news of the bidding fraud in the past, like this has happened in the Brazil, which lead to more than 40 billion euros lost, and have multiple bidding concurrences between very long years, which makes us to need to think a more security e-tendering process should be done in nowadays. And we can see because the blockchain technology is a decentralized database which have the features like the transparency, the traceability. It makes this kind of technology be a potential solutions. And so before our work, we firstly analyze we do some literature review of the blockchain in e-tendering. These are some papers about in these years from 2018 to this year. Some journal papers, some conference paper, they all done about they all try to make the blockchain technology can be used for a more secure e-tendering process. But we also found that most of this research is quantitative analysis or just a computational hypothesis, which is the lack of a workable blockchain based on a e-tendering framework. And for our study, we are aimed to explore the workable blockchain integrated with the e-tendering solutions. And so first, we based on the Hong Kong government's law. This is based on the tendering process for public works of the Hong Kong SAR. And we have a simplified process of the total process, which have 4 stages: the project approval and the reception and the clarification of the tenders. And then we evaluated of the different bid files from different bidders. And also the tender negotiations will finish after this, all the members submit the file. And after all this stage, the signed contracts will happen between the winning bidder and the purchasers. And we found that in these 3 stages, it will have a complex information exchange, and we need to make sure that the information exchange between the different members can be traceable to make the treatment is secure and it's legal. And so we built some e-tendering system using blockchain for these 3 stages. We will explain them separately. And for the first part is the receipt and clarification of tenders. In this stage is the mean stage of the exchange of information in the tendering and bidding process. There are two kind of participants in this stage, the purchasers and bidders, and they have 5 different small actions in here. Like first, the purchasers will show the will announce the tender and the basic documents, and then the pre-qualification will be happened based on Hong Kong and UK's law in this stage. And then the tender documents will send to all the bidders who willing to get participants in this stage, and the bid bonds and the submission of the bids will happen after them. And for the second part, the evaluation of tenders, it shows here which have the experience and who need to analyze different bid files for construction projects to make sure they can choose the best one. And then it also have some information update and data exchange in this part. We built the e-tendering system using blockchain for this stage like this. And for the negotiation part, like the purchaser already choose the winning bidder, but for the members also need to discuss some details between the bidders and the purchasers. And it's a loop in this stage. And also we think that it should be contained in the e-tendering process. And we show the framework in here. After analyzing all the e-tendering system using blockchain, we can see the data flow of this framework it's complex. So we want to make sure that the complex data exchange and the multiple participating roles can have a more secure and make the information more traceability in this process. So we need to do some formatted data within the blockchain and to use the traceability and the security to make sure all the system is usable. And also because the bid files maybe is in the most of times it's very huge, and the blockchain system cannot store the large files. So we are trying to find a way to storage them in some other way. So we built the transaction data model here. We can see in this transaction data model, it have some basic information like the bidder ID, name from two, and we divided one file to 3 different parts to make sure the process will be more useful. Like we divided them to the price part, technology part, and business part. And also the smart contract developed is based on this transaction data model. Also, we use the CID, which is from IPFS system. We just heard some detailed information from the last presenter. And the IPFS system is also a decentralized file system, and which we can just find the documents via the hash value, which is the CID directly using this system. So when we storage this kind of information into the blockchain system, into the transaction data model, the users can get the original file, which will be more helpful for this tendering and bidding system. And when we rebuilt the smart contract for this framework, it have 4 steps. Like the first part, the users will upload the file, and they will automatically get the CID, which is the hash value from IPFS. And then they also will upload some description of the files, like which the bid file from, and what's the price they want to upload. And also all the information here will upload to the transaction data model. And when the purchasers want to get this information, they will directly get the original file and some basic data. It will be helpful and more useful for the whole process. Also, we have some evaluation of this smart contracts. It's still a prototype, and we take an example of the bid evaluation. The first part is the file and description upload, and also some querying actions can be done in this framework. The original files can be downloaded via the IPFS system. Okay, and then is the conclusion part. In this work, we just finished the data flow optimization and the tendering action identification in the e-tendering system using blockchain. Also, we developed this IPFS-enabled smart contract and in blockchain-based e-tendering system. And in the future, we will try to develop the DApps to make sure it's a user-friendly e-tendering process and make it more usable. And also, we will try to do more things in the structure of the blockchain system. Like we want to realize the data segregation and some other stuff, which we will use the multiple chain structures. And this is my presentation. Thank you very much.